Sexy boys.
Yeah. All right. I think that is, we're ready to rock and roll.
Brew Happy!
We're the longest running beer podcast in the Pacific Northwest. Why wouldn't they be listening to us?
So many different beers! I got you something really good and really delicious.
Oh my God.
You listen to the Brew Happy show, so do I. Do it.
It's not about the beer. It's about the beer.
Oh yeah, that's Brew Happy.
That's right. You are listening to the Brew Happy Show weekly podcast, and I am the voice of beer. Thank you so much for tuning in wherever you happen to be listening. We are available wherever podcasts are found, and you can always help us out a little bit on Patreon. We are here this week at Function PDX in Northeast Portland in the Alberta Arts District, and they do a really cool thing every single month here. We're going to tell you about that in a moment. But first, I'm here with my wonderful co-host, Josh, Fat Josh.
Thank you. Hello, beer drinkers. Hey, Damien, I'm thirsty, buddy.
Yeah, you are, and it looks like you got that handled because you got a few drinks there in front of you.
Oh, it's fantastic.
Is one of those for me?
Yeah, you didn't take it? Oh, yes. One of those is your sample. We're going to talk about this.
And then we have our wonderful guest, Dan Munch from Widmer Brothers Brewing with us this week. How you doing, Dan?
I'm doing great. It's fun to be here.
Right on. Thank you for joining us. Have you been to Function PDX before?
I have once, yes.
Which location?
The other one?
Down in Northwest?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so this is your first time at the Alberta Arts District location.
Definitely, yeah.
What do you think?
It's a great concept, and it's really interesting because I used to work with Casey way back in the day.
Oh, no kidding.
So he used to work at Widmer.
Oh.
He
did not know that.
Yeah, so he was the brand manager of, I think, the Omission brand.
Okay.
Right when I started in innovation, so it's kind of cool.
Okay.
I really like what he did with this whole concept, yeah.
Yeah. Function has a really unique concept that involves partnering with renowned breweries nationwide. And each month, they transform their space into a tap room that embodies the spirit of each brewery's hometown location 1 month at a time. And they collaborate with some of the finest breweries in the country and contribute to the vibrant Oregon beer and beverage community from a refreshing perspective. Now, this month we have Josh. Can you see over my shoulder there which ones we got this month? We have Fieldwork, and then the other one is
ISM Brewing.
Where? Wren House.
Oh, thank you.
Wren House. Thank you. Thank you very much. I need new glasses.
I don't even know where to look when you point. It's like so many different beers in that wall.
There is. So on the wall, they got kind of like the calendar of what they have coming up here. And then when you go into each location, you'll see on the tap list and as well as reflected in the glassware, the merch, branding that they have on the doors and the coasters, which will tell you which brewery is guesting for that month. And so this month we have Wren House and Fieldwork, both of these breweries in which we are familiar with. Dan, are you familiar with either of these breweries?
Not particularly, but I'm sure that if they're featured here, they're good.
Okay, right on. Yeah, I would agree. And then we have, like I said, we got Wren House, which is a pretty cool brewery. I'm gonna look them up.
Never heard of it before.
You've never heard of Wren House?
No.
Okay.
Where are they from?
They're from Paradise Valley. They also have a Phoenix tap room, and they are from a little bit south of us. So they have a Phoenix tap room, I don't know if I'm pronouncing this. It's with the U has the two little dots over it, Sudhale, and then they have a Prairie Patio and then a Paradise Valley location as well.
Is that like German word? What are you saying?
It's an umlaut is what it is, right?
Umlaut? Is that what that is?
When there's two dots over one of the vowels, yeah.
Okay, yeah. My English teacher would be so upset with me.
I speak Spanglish, so I don't know anything about this.
Sorry, Mrs. Rafalowski. So Wren House is from, closer to the Mexican border than we are. They're down there in Arizona. And they are, let's look at their website. It'll tell us a little bit about what they got going on. They have a Helles. They have a couple of Czech lagers, and a Fest beer, a Valley beer, a Big Spills beer, and a whole slew of IPAs.
Nice.
Yeah, so they have a lot of really cool things to offer, and we are drinking some of them right now. But first, I think we're going to start with what Mr. Dan Munch brought for us here in these little glasses. Now, Dan, you brought a growler full of something dark and tasty. What do we have here?
So this is a Doppelbock. It's actually a collab beer I did with Danny Connors, the brewer at 10 Barrel Portland.
I know Danny.
Oh.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
He used to be the botanical brewer over at Green Dragon.
Yes.
Oh, wow. Yeah. How's Dan doing?
He's doing great.
That's great.
And
Wow.
this is mostly his idea to brew this beer. So he hadn't brewed on the Widmer pilot system before. So I brought him over, and it was his idea to do a Doppelbock, and I collaborated with him on the recipe. And we actually had a bunch of Munich malt that was left over from another project on the big production system.
Okay.
So it worked out great. It was just sort of everything sort of convened in the right place as far as everything came together. And it's just a traditional old school Doppelbock, just real malty and clean.
What's the ABV on that?
This
Oh,
is
just wait.
8.5.
Oh, I thought it was going to be a little bit
Yeah.
up there because it tastes pretty, pretty formidable.
But it's so well balanced, man.
Yeah, very nice.
It's dangerous.
That's kind of what we were going for, but yeah, it's a very interesting beer, and it's one of these styles where once you get a really good example, you kind of understand why people like the style. So
This was one of my first homebrew recipes that I ever brewed, a Doppelbock, and I fell in love with the style. I'm a big lager guy, you know this. I'm a big lager guy.
yeah.
But Doppelbock, it's a lager on steroids. You know, it's got the alcohol, it's got the maltiness, and I don't, the listeners out there can't see this, but this beer, it's beautiful in color. It's got a little brown ruby color, and it's just completely crystal clear. It's a gorgeous beer.
Yeah,
you guys nailed these guys, man.
Yeah. So how was it working with Danny Connors?
it's fun. He's kind of no nonsense and just really knowledgeable about brewing because he's been around too a long time. Yeah.
He does. He used to lead the tours over there for the Buckman Botanical Brewery back in the Green Dragon days, and when you get him out of the brewery and he's just kind of having a pint after the workday is done, he's a whole ton of fun. But he does take what he does, the brewing very, very seriously, and he explains it in the way that you would hear it from like a teacher, and I think part of that is what made him so great on the tours, because he really had a way of breaking things down for the layman or the common person to really understand what it was that was going on, and he answered so many questions. So we know from our experience here on the show that Dan Connors is a very experienced brewer and a very knowledgeable fellow.
I need to meet this guy.
Yeah, we should have him back on the show.
Let's do it.
So tell us a little bit about your pilot system over there at Widmer. I don't know very much about this.
Okay, so historically, I think back in 1996 when Widmer moved to the North Portland location and they installed the large brew house, they also put a smaller pilot system over in the Rose Quarter.
Oh.
So that was there for a while, and I brewed on that for the last couple of years of that. So this new pilot system, relatively new I should say, was installed in 2016, It was custom made, kind of designed to replicate the inner workings of the big system, so it'd be easy to scale beers up. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, I've been brewing on that since 2016, and it's a 4-vessel system, software controlled. It's probably, I would say, the nicest pilot system in the whole state. So it's a privilege to work on it, and it's really cool, especially when collaborations happen and that sort of thing. So yeah. Mm-hmm.
Now, I am sure that a lot of beer fans out there in the Breuniverse know, or at least are aware of Widmer Brothers Brewing. But just to give them a little background, we have had Widmer on the show. We actually, the last time I think was back when your Gasthaus Pub was opening, and I have heard rumors that you guys may be opening that back up again. Is that accurate, or are you guys pumping the brakes on that?
As far as I know, I heard something about something might be happening in May. So I don't have any more details than that, but
that's pretty exciting.
Promising.
I'm gonna do a prost to that, in hopes that that's gonna come to fruition, because that pub is really cool.
Dan, I got a question about what you were just talking about. Excuse me. What's the difference in the beers you guys brew on the big system and the pilot system? The pilot system is for collaboration and small batches, or what's the difference between the two?
How many experiments do you guys kind of run on that?
So right now, especially with the pub not open, I'm doing a lot of what I would call hard R&D. Like there's two different kinds of R&D. It's like soft R&D is like, oh, I want to try out this new hop and see how it tastes. Mm-hmm. But hard R&D is like, I'm going to adjust this recipe to improve this one thing and just control this one variable. And I'm doing a lot of that kind of stuff where it's a lot less fun, but it's very valuable for the beer, because you can incrementally improve the beer, and it's really, the science aspect of it is really fascinating to me when I can do a deep dive on one particular problem and solve it. So yeah.
Wow.
So the big system is just for like the commercial beers, like Hefeweizen and stuff.
Yeah, and the small system really is for making recipe adjustments before things get to the large system, because by the time it gets up to a 500 keg batch, we don't want to be making any mistakes. Like it's going for it.
Right.
We kind of work out all the wrinkles on the small system, and then by the time it gets to the big system, just smooth sailing. So
okay,
that's a cool job, man.
Yeah, that does sound like a pretty cool job. So do you run a lot of batches?
Yes. So
like every week, or
yeah, at least a couple of times a week.
Okay.
So it's not like the same level as it would be when the pub's open, but there's a steady stream of projects. Yes.
Okay. And what are you allowed to tell us? Maybe what the last thing you were brewing?
Nothing too exciting. It was just a trying
Dan,
out.
Come on.
So humble.
Just trying like a new yeast nutrient in a different beer.
Okay.
That we're already making, just to see if we can improve things. So
okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Uh-huh.
So the nerdy stuff.
Yeah. So that's pretty cool to know that a brewery that's been around since 1984 and started with two brothers, Kurt and Rob Widmer, is still to this very day, always tweaking things, always trying to perfect things, always seeing if there's room for improvement, even on the larger off-premise beers. So that's pretty encouraging and really great to hear, especially if you're a fan of the Widmer stuff and their products. It's a great brand, and I think one of the things they're largely known for, obviously, is going to be the Hefeweizen. A lot of people, when they hear of Widmer, they think of the Hefeweizen because that's one of the first Widmer beers that you're introduced to, and it's a very widely known Hefeweizen. So it's like I said, it's just really great to hear that you guys are always trying to improve things. Have you any plans to change the Hefeweizen, or are you guys you gonna use a different yeast or anything like that with the Hefeweizen, or?
No.
You're kind of like, we know this
So
beer.
what's interesting about that beer is I would argue that our large brew system was designed to brew that beer first of all.
Okay.
So it's really when you design your brewery to brew your flagship beer,
Yeah.
then you're going for it, and that's worked well for us.
Yeah, I think so.
I have seen Widmer Hefeweizen in at least 3 different states. It's like out there everywhere, man. I've seen it in California, I've seen it in Nevada, and I've seen it in New Mexico.
Oh, yeah.
So this is pretty cool.
Yeah, I've definitely seen it all across the land in many different states as well. So, do you, Dan, happen to know how many different states you guys distribute off premise to?
I think it's like, off the top of my head, I don't really know, but I would imagine it's at least like the good portion of the West, like the 6 or 7 states.
Okay,
I mean, we used to be like nationally distributed way back in the day, but that was like before every town had its own brewery and that sort of thing. So
Okay. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, now you guys, like I said earlier, have been around since 1984. And I have often heard stories here in town about Rob and Kurt driving around in a little truck to deliver beer back in the day when they first started out in the 80s. And that's just amazing to me. I worked at a small brewery. It's not, unfortunately, not around anymore. It closed last year, I think. But that's how they started out, and I think that's how many breweries start out, is just driving around with a bunch of kegs in the back of your truck and bringing them over to this pub or that pub and seeing if they'll throw what you brewed up on the old tap lines and see how people like it. Would you do you know like what people are kind of really interested in right now at this time of year?
I would say we're getting into obviously the winter beers. So we just made a batch of Burr, and
my favorite.
Yeah, so that's in stores right now, and yeah, that's kind of everyone's sort of secret favorite.
Yeah.
I would say, that's what makes that beer work. Is it just has this nice little interplay between the hops and the crystal malt that kind of gives you that sort of candy pine sort of thing going on, and that's what's really fun about that beer. Yeah,
Nice.
Is the brew on the smaller system or the biggest one?
the big system.
The big system, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, one of the cool things I think about the big system. So I used to work for Bruvana Brewery Tours, and Widmer was on the tour, and I would pull up with a bus full of people, and we'd get out and we'd go in the big brewery with the big, huge, tall tanks. And these tanks, Abram Goldman Armstrong was actually the guy that was helping me lead the tours back then. He was on the Widmer side. And he would tell us about how these enormous tanks, how they got into the building. And one of the things I remember is that they had to take, like, the roof on that building. It comes off. It's detachable. And a crane just pops the top right off.
What?
Yeah, like a Peanuts tin. And then they drop the tanks in there from the sky with a crane.
That's pretty cool. I didn't know about that.
Yeah. So I was just wondering how big each of those tanks are and how many of them are, because I don't remember off the top of my head anymore.
The largest fermenters we have they can hold 6 brews, so 6 250 barrel brews, so whatever that is.
Wow. That's pretty big. And that's a lot of floor space too. So if you got a batch wrong in one of those tanks, somebody's having a bad day. That probably never happens.
No, I mean there's slight variations in the, like if you see like your gravity is off by 0.1 or something. If you're filling 6 batches in a tank, the next batch in you can adjust to compensate.
Even out.
So
yeah, and then that's kind of where blending comes in too, because you have holding tanks as well. And those are what we call bright tanks for those out there in the Brewniverse that aren't in the know. The nerd know-how. That's really awesome, Dan. Now let's hear a little bit about Dan. We don't know much about you. This is the first time you've been on the show, and I think the beer fans would be curious how you started out. Was it homebrewing like so many others, or did you kind of just hop into the professional circuit?
So I've got kind of an interesting story. When I was about 12 years old or so, I grew up in Portland. My dad and his friends started home brewing. Mm-hmm. So this is about mid-'90s. Okay. And so I started going out to the garage and helping my dad out just because I thought, oh, that's interesting. I'll help him move this pot over to this other thing and see what's going on there. And then I actually had my 12th birthday party at Old Market Pub because for some reason I really liked the food and I wanted to go there. Yeah. And my dad was like, oh, that's great. My friends will all come. Yeah.
Nice.
Garden home, right?
Yep. Mm-hmm. That's, I think, right when shortly after it opened. So.
Yeah, I used to. I've been there, and I actually drive. It's on my route. I drive right by Old Market Pub at least 2 or 3 times a week. So that's really cool.
Yeah, and then
That's a little brewery too.
Oh yeah.
Oh, it's a tight space. What did you obviously you were 12 years old, but I'm sure you continued going there as you got older.
So I just kept helping my dad out. I mean, nothing really serious, but then I was a history major in college, and that, I mean, it was interesting writing papers and that sort of thing, but it didn't really feel like a career for me. So eventually after college, I went to Siebel.
Okay.
Hell yeah.
So, yeah, I went to the long program in Chicago and Munich. So that was super fun.
Wow.
Met a ton of other brewers. And, it was really kind of a life-changing experience. And, yeah, it was really just the whole idea of, like, going around with, like, a full class of brewers to, like, a brewery and visiting it is just crazy. It was super fun.
Wow. That's really cool. Well, what was your favorite part?
Definitely the Munich side of things.
Yeah.
And traveling around, we had a little bit time on a bus where we visited other breweries and had tours of their systems and taught to them, and it was really very informative. Yeah.
Wow, that's really cool. How much of that knowledge do you think you've been able to kind of bring to the table to Widmer and maybe some other breweries that you worked before?
Sure. So initially after Siebel, I worked at Walking Man.
Okay.
Up in the gorge with Jacob Leonard.
That's amazing.
Yeah. So that, like, the Siebel program was geared towards more, I would say, larger breweries, and in hindsight, that was probably very valuable for me because I ended up eventually working in a larger brewery.
Of course.
So, at the time the class was like a bunch of Corona guys and then a few other current professional brewers and then a bunch of home brewers. So it was kind of an interesting mix of people. It was really informative as to, like, just the different styles of brewing, I would say, because like all the Corona guys were kind of very set in their they'd worked for a large brewery, and the methods and the way of doing things was very solid, and they believed in it, and that's great.
Yeah.
And then the home brewers were kind of like, oh, I want to do something crazy, and it's just interesting to get a
little more experimental,
kind of a mix of just perspectives. Yeah.
That's really nice that you had the opportunity to kind of bump elbows with people that are both very very more rigid and like you said, set in what their practice is as far as turning out a professional large scale beer, and then of course, coming from a homebrew side, being able to kind of talk with the people that want to experiment and have a lot of questions about, well, what would you do here? What would you do there? What kinds of amazing things can we do with this? And then you're learning in Germany where, they have the Reinheitsgebot, which again, you have very strict rules when it comes to beer making. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
So Yeah, it's interesting. Like a lot of the brewing course was with metric units, which was great at the time because it was really easy to.
A little different.
Yeah, but it's like the Reinheitsgebot. It's a very cultural thing, I would say, for Germany in certain parts of Germany. Mm-hmm. Not all parts, but yeah, there's definitely a lot of things that just kind of make me scratch my head sometimes, like using acidulated malt when you could just use lactic acid instead.
Okay.
Yeah, so there's things that, I mean, it's great that certain breweries want to carry on that tradition, but also it kind of makes things real difficult sometimes.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can imagine.
I got a question for Dan. I asked you this question last week when we were talking, when we were hanging out, and I completely forgot. So I met you when you were at Walking Man with Jacob, and that day when we were hanging out with there, I was interviewing Jacob for a book, if you want to call it, that I was trying to write at the time. Yeah. What year do you work at Walking Man? That's gonna tell me how long we known each other.
I started in July of 2008.
2008 and finished.
About July of 2012. So.
Okay.
And then Jacob was there for about the first 2.5 years I was there. And then, ironically, he went to Widmer, and then I went to Widmer, and then shortly after I went to Widmer, he went to Breakside. So it's kind of some musical brewer chairs.
So
but
from what you just told me, that it's between 2008 and 2010. So that we known each other, what, 16 years? Something like that?
That sounds right, yeah.
That's pretty cool, man. Are we going to talk about the beers we're drinking on the side?
We are going to talk about the beers on the table. I had to step away and take a picture of the menu real quick so that I could get my facts right.
Well, I got the screenshot of the picture, of the beer I'm drinking right now.
Oh, nice. So, yeah, Dan, we're going to take just a little detour here in the story and talk a little bit about the beers we have on the table. Let's start with what you're drinking over there, big guy.
So I've got the Lovers and Losers Bohemian Pilsner.
Oh, okay.
That's going to be my second beer.
And that's it's got a really nice bready malt character, really nice clean ester profile for a Bohemian Pilsner, and I'm really liking it.
Yeah, that's the Fieldwork, the Arizona brewery that we were talking about earlier. That weighs in at 4.8%, and it is described as bright, light, and mildly floral. What do you think? Do you concur with that assessment?
I definitely concur. It's very nice and balanced.
Right on. I do like a Bohemian Pilsner. That's definitely one of my favorite beer styles, and it's highly undersung. I don't see them enough.
The one Lazy Days has right now, the one we had last week.
That was a good one.
That was one of the few beers I ever given a 5 stars on tap.
I know. I remember that.
Fantastic.
Yeah. Dan, have you been over to Lazy Days?
It's been a while, but I've been over. Yeah.
Nice. They got some pretty good pizza over there and some really good beer. So
they make their own tortilla chips.
Oh yeah, the pork tortilla chips are really good. Okay, and so what I'm drinking on the table today is the Moonset, the Munich style Dunkel Lager. This is by TDNE. Today, it's an acronym. I think he said it was today never. Oh, dang it! I don't remember what the acronym.
Have another beer.
I hate it when they do acronyms because I'm like, what is the letters? Okay, so this is the Moonset. It is a hint of roast with a crisp finish, and it weighs in at 4.5%. I got to tell you, this is really good, Dunkel. Ooh.
You're gonna tell me. You're gonna have to tell me which brewery is the one I'm drinking, because I took a picture of the description of the beer, but not the brewery.
Okay, that's
60 Days in Hell. It's
60 Days in Hell. Okay, that's on the right side of the menu. That is a Bavarian Helles by TDNE.
TDNE. Okay, there you go.
Yeah, that's also TDNE.
So Helles 4.7 alcohol percent. The description says it is biscuity, floral, and crushable. What's crushable means, Dan? I don't even know.
Repeatable, and/or very easy drinking.
Ah.
Well, then it's perfectly described because it is so easy drinking, perfect Helles, and I can have this for breakfast.
So TDNE is from St. Louis Obispo, California.
Oh.
And it means there does not exist.
There does not exist.
There does not exist. And I think they were the guest brewery for last month. And we missed them because they had the power outage, and it pushed our whole
that was the
schedule
day
back.
that we were going to be here on that? Oh,
yeah,
no.
yeah. We were going to be here, and then our whole schedule got pushed back a whole week.
That
'cause we
was
had to-
so random because I took my daughter across the street for some ice cream.
Uh-huh.
That's when they told us, we don't have any power. We can't sell you any ice cream. It's
Yeah.
melting. So I was like, I should go and ask Function if they are in business because we need power for the computer and everything. And
That was a good call because we wouldn't have been able to do the show. The power was out for blocks, and it was out for like almost the entire evening.
Wow.
Yeah,
so we have to come up with an emergency plan. We ended up everywhere.
We wound up going over to everywhere and we spoke with the new manager, Dick.
That's right.
Yeah, so
They went to beer mongers after that. That was a good day.
that was a good day. That's the cool thing about living in Portland is, if at first you don't succeed going to the first brewery, there is always going to be another brewery.
Mm-hmm.
Or tap room, depending on how much variety you need. But that's one of the cool things about being here in Portland is there's never a shortage in variety. And that's also one of the cool things about Widmer is there's never a shortage in variety with those guys. They have been doing collaborations, bottling since 1996 according to your website. And collaborations, you've been doing the collaborator program since 1998. Would you tell us a little bit about that, Dan?
So it's actually been kind of on hiatus for a while because of our whole pub situation.
Okay.
But we'd love to get that going again in some capacity.
Okay.
So, but what's really cool about that is by the time I started in the innovation department in late 2014, I did a lot of brews with collaborator winners. So, there's just a lot of cool just home brewer recipes that we get exposed to, and I think it's really fun to collaborate with home brewers because they sort of they're happy to be there. They're not disillusioned at all. They're just like a kid in a candy store sometimes.
Yeah. Well, it's always great when two different breweries, sometimes three in some cases. I'm thinking of the three-way IPA when it comes to that.
For George, baby.
Yeah. So when different breweries come together and get to collaborate, it's always a whole lot of fun because not only do you get to share knowledge and brewing styles and sometimes ingredients, but you get to work on a whole nother brewing system, and I think that's kind of where the rubber meets the road for a lot of brewers because it can be very different moving from one system to another. There's a lot of attenuation that's involved and little things that you have to tweak. It's not just a matter of volume and volatilization and yeast. There's certain things that you kind of have to dial in, and that's a lot of times where pilot systems really come in handy because you can kind of scale down any variations in a recipe and kind of work that stuff out on the testing floor, so to speak.
Did you know that Widmer brewed Pineapple Express once before?
I remember this story, yeah.
Won the collaborator in 2011. And
Didn't you tell me once that the Pineapple Express was originally a Hefeweizen?
The original first Pineapple Express that I ever brewed, it was a Hefeweizen.
Dan, did you know that?
And
I think so, yeah.
and the one I brewed with Widmer, it was a Hefeweizen. So it was before Dan taking over the pilot system. The name of the brewer was Ike. You reminded me of this name because I forgot. It was been a while.
Oh.
And the pilot system was at the Rose Quarter. and now it's not, right? Or is it still there?
It isn't because, we had just a little small pilot system kind of squeezed in there next to where Dr. Jack's is. And, we didn't really have any retail there, so it was just it made more sense to move the pilot system back to the main brewery. And it makes logistical sense, especially because I was driving kegs back and forth. It's like clean kegs, drive them over, fill them, drive them back. So it's didn't make too much sense.
Yeah. That's
Yeah.
a lot of.
I got to brew at the
travel.
old location, at the Rose Quarter.
Okay.
On that system. That system doesn't exist anymore.
Oh, that's too bad.
It exists about a year ago, and then it's a long story. I'm not gonna get into it.
All right.
It was really cool brewing on the 10-barrel pilot system for Widmer. It's
That
really
is
cool.
pretty cool.
Which, by the way, that reminds me. Every time somebody's asking me about beer, and I tell them, "Oh, I went to beer school. I mean, I took the BJCP class." But this guy actually went to beer school.
Actually went to beer school.
Then
yeah.
went to the real deal in Chicago.
Chicago.
The Siebel Institute. Is that the biggest in the world? Beer school.
I think it's the oldest brewing school in the Western Hemisphere. So it's
Wow.
Yeah, there's a lot of bigger ones in Europe, but as far as the U.S. goes, for a bachelor's degree program, it's the biggest sort of certificate type situation. Yeah.
So now I'm gonna be
that's pretty
very
cool.
I'm gonna be very very I'm gonna pace myself when I say I went to beer school. Just because I took a program doesn't mean I went to beer school.
Well, I mean, it still counts. I mean, it's professional knowledge.
I guess.
But it's just a different program.
I'm just saying, compared to this guy, I'm nothing.
Oh.
Don't shortchange yourself,
Yeah,
Josh.
yeah. Now, one of the cool things many people may not know is that Widmer is partnered up with Portland Timbers. You probably see their logo if you watch a Timbers game. It's on their jerseys. So I was just wondering, do you get to go to a lot of Timbers games for free?
I probably could swing that, but I haven't really asked yet.
Really?
Because I'm
Not a soccer fan?
not as much, but
Okay.
yeah. But I'd have to say though that the Widmer Northwest Pilsner that we have on tap at Providence Park is definitely selling like hotcakes. Like we're
nice.
super happy with that beer. So we're kind of hoping that beer expands enough that we can get
Gotta
it
go to a game.
packaged. And,
We
yeah.
gotta go to a game, Damien.
Yeah. All right. Well, we're definitely gonna check that out next time we hop in there and watch some people kick the ball around. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool to hear. Yeah. Right on. Well, I think it's probably time for a short break. We're gonna do a little bit of music and listen to some of our friends here in the industry. But before we do that, I want to let our listeners know that they can reach out to us on social media. We are available on the Book of Faces, the Grams of Insta, and the Tubes of You. So if you want to leave a message or leave some comments or give us a 5-star rating on whatever listening app you happen to be listening to us on, we do appreciate the feedback. If you have any questions about the show, you can reach out to us at brewhappypdx@gmail.com. And if you want to do any scheduling, reach out to the Brew Happy Show at gmail.com. And anybody that would like to help fund the show or donate to the show, you can reach us on patreon.com/brewhappy. For as little as $1, you can help us pay the bar tab, and at the $5 level, we interact with you a little bit more. We actually do have to get some t-shirts, a new run of t-shirts going, so we'll send you one of those, and we'll send you little mementos from our adventures in brewing. And we do have a Thanksgiving show coming up. I actually just spoke with David over there at Vault 31. And we're going to be doing a Thanksgiving show on the 24th of November. So that's the last Monday of this month.
Is there turkey gonna be involved in that one?
Oh, I don't know if there's going to be turkey. Maybe we could arrange some turkey
beer's
sandwiches.
great, but turkey is good too.
Well, it's almost a full week before Thanksgiving, so it's a little early to get a turkey in the oven.
All right.
But, I don't know. I could probably swing by New Seasons and pick something up.
I got a Traeger. I can put it in there.
Oh, that's right. You got a Traeger, and you're probably itching to put something else in there,
I
huh?
just put my turkey last week in there, and I nailed it.
Another turkey. Okay. Well, yeah, we can turkey it up, and you beer fans can turkey it up with us by getting in there and getting on Patreon and making a subscription donation. And at the $25 level, if you have a business, we will make you a commercial like the one you're about to hear from our friends at Lazy Days Brewing, and hear all about their wonderful products and their wonderful places. And I think we're going to drink some beer, and we'll be right back after these messages. Cheers.
This is Dan Munch from Widmer Brothers Brewing, and you're listening to the Brew Happy Show.
Howdy-o, everybody. This is your friend Ryan Dick from Everywhere Beer. You are listening to the Brew Happy Show. Happy listening.
Yay, we're here. Oh, look over there.
Hey, Josh. How's it going, buddy?
Hi, Josh.
Hey guys, well, my work day was pretty rough actually. Driving today was grueling.
Yeah, my route was pretty stacked today, too.
Yeah, and all those plants sure don't water themselves.
Oh, hey, guys. Sounds like you've had a rough day. Now that you're here, you can sit back and have a lazy day.
Yay!
A lazy day!
Don't worry. Our professional staff works hard on both sides of the river, so you don't have to. Whether you're grabbing a slice at our downtown Beaverton location or having a grinder right here at our Portland Brew Pub on Flint Street, blocks from the Rose Garden Arena and Convention Center, we have plenty of room and plenty of tasty beer to help you relax.
I do love a sandwich.
And I love pizza.
Don't forget the beer.
Yeah!
Lazy Days Brewing, where you can have a lazy day any day of the week. Feel free to reach out on social media or lazydaysbrewing.com. Cheers!
It's not about the beer. It's about the beer. You can't get so crazy about beer that it becomes obsessive. The second part is about the beer. It means it's about the beer culture. It's about the camaraderie that comes with the first beer. It's not about the beer you're drinking. It's about how you drink it, where you drink it. It's a cultural thing. It can't be a singular event. I mean, they have a word for singular events, and they're not fun.
This is your friendly neighborhood Unipiper, and you're listening to the Brew Happy Show.
I'm Logan Schertz from Function, and you're listening to the Brew Happy Show.
That's right. We are at Function PDX in Northeast Alberta Arts District of Portland, Oregon, and this is an awesome place to be. If you guys have not been able to check this out, you can go and find this place on Alberta Avenue in Northeast Portland, and yeah, you got to check it out. It's a really great place. They have a wonderful event space in both their tap rooms. They have outdoor seating at both their tap rooms. You can bring your own food, you can bring your dog, and you can bring your kids if you need to. It's all welcome here at Function PDX, And they have wonderful breweries each month that you can learn about, like Wren House Brewing out of California. And they are known for their Highline Helles, their 42 Buckets, their Fest Beer, their Valley Beer, Big Spills Beer, and a whole array of IPAs. And then you have Fieldwork that we were talking about earlier as well. So every month you can learn about these awesome breweries. Fieldwork has several locations in California, including Berkeley, Corte Madera, Monterey, Napa, Sacramento, San Leandro, San Mateo, San Ramon, and Santa Rosa. And for this month, up here in Portland, they are available here at Function PDX in Northeast, as well as their other location in Northwest on 23rd Avenue. So come out and get yourself some California beer from Fieldwork or some Arizona beer from Wren House Brewing. So yeah, it's good to be here hanging out with Dan Munch from Widmer Brothers Brewing. And Dan, before we move on to the brew news, tell us a little bit about what kind of beers you're into right now.
So I'm always partial to lagers, I would say.
Okay.
Yes.
But also, yeah, I definitely like branching out into sort of the experimental category sometimes because the brewery I worked for was sort of founded on creating a new beer style.
Okay,
so
that's fair.
I think that's important to kind of always stretch the boundaries and think about that because there's a lot of really amazing classic styles, but just always trying to gently push the envelope into a fun direction is always good to strive for.
Yeah, definitely. What beer did you pick out for this round?
So I went with the New Zealand IPA.
Okay.
And it's got a very nice...
What's the brewery?
Is that Fieldwork, the ticket to anywhere?
That is it.
And that's weighing in at 6.9%. And it's described as a tropical storm of flavor. What do you think, Dan?
I think that would be accurate.
Okay.
It's got a nice pyrazine flavor, so like the green, like fresh cut green pepper.
Oh, okay.
So I think a lot of people think that's kind of like an off flavor, but I don't think so because it really fits with a lot of hop profiles. So I really think it adds something to the beer, definitely.
A lot of people didn't go to the Siebel Institute.
Yeah. What about you there, Josh?
Well, we already talked about this because it's what Dan had before, the Lovers and
Losers.
Lovers and Losers.
Okay.
Bohemian Pilsner.
Okay.
So, yeah, I went for, I mean, you know.
You're on a Bohemian kick.
A big time.
Is that because you are a Bohemian?
Hey, forget about it. Okay.
Oh, well, I think it's gift time. On the show before we head into the news. I was here, was it? Yeah, I was over in this neck of the woods the other day for, was it yesterday or the day before? But we did brunch over there at, oh my God, what is that place? Well, anyways, great biscuits and gravy. And right across the street is Bearlick Beer. And they had some really tasty beverages in there that I couldn't resist. And it's one of their, I think Bearlick's up to like 4 different locations now. I could be wrong. And this is called the Invisible Ghost. It's a Mexican hot chocolate imperial stout. And it is described as, well, there isn't a description on here, but it is 10%.
Oh.
So I figured you would probably enjoy that.
Is this for me?
Yeah, that's for you, buddy. I already drank the other one.
Thank you. This is really cool.
There used to be 2 of them, but I had to drink one.
Just you got it because it says Mexican in there?
No, I got it because those are the 2. I'm into dark beers this time of year.
I love dark beers, man.
They had that one, and they had the porter. I drank all of the porter, and I was able to by the end of the 4-pack that I had made for myself, I was able to show some amount of restraint, and that's what I had left over. So I wanted you to be able to join in on the fun.
Thank you, David. This is really cool. Oh man, I love stouts, and this just. I don't know what they meant by hot chocolate, like spicy.
Yeah, that's well. It does kind of have a little bit of spice flavor to it, so I think that might be where they're going with that.
Imperial stout. So what is the alcohol on this?
10%.
Oh my god!
Yeah,
dinner.
Yeah, so have that at the end of the night. Don't drink that here before you get in your car.
I wouldn't do that to these guys.
And then when I was shopping earlier today, I noticed that Pelican had some cream soda. This is non-alcoholic, but I didn't know that they were doing this, and I brought one for each of us, and we don't have to drink these here. One of them is actually going to be going in my lunch for the next.
This is cool.
Next
I
day
like
or
this
so.
can.
And so I thought these are pretty cool. It's a cream soda, and I'm really interested in trying it out. I'm going to have it with my lunch tomorrow. Like I said, it's non-alcoholic, so
be careful where you have it because it looks like a beer.
I know it does look like a beer, but I always use these little koozie cups.
I know you left one in my house.
Oh, did I? Yeah, I do have a habit of leaving those around. Sometimes we give them out to our Patreon.
It wasn't my barbecue
subscribers. So, but yeah, it helps keep the beverages cold, and I'm out there on the road for 10 hours at a time. So, any little bit of help I can get keeping my beverage cold, is
absolutely. Thank you so much, buddy. This is cool.
Yeah, no problem.
And for the listeners out there, this can looks. I don't know if it's orange or light brown.
It's like a rusty orange kind of
rusty orange
color. I think
it's got the Pelican logo on one side, and then the Pelican name, and some cream soda with white letters, and a surfing board.
It's like a
standing
surfboard,
up.
yeah.
And it's there's like 2 different surfing boards. It's a cool can. I like this. It looks like a beer.
Thanks. Yeah, I thought you guys would get a kick out of that. So, yeah. So we're going to do a little bit of brew news and let the beer fans out in the Brewniverse know what's going on over here in Portland and the greater Pacific Northwest. Montevilla Brew Works is seeking food donations for its Snap To It event. This is where they help neighbors in need as the federal government shutdown threatens food assistance. My Uncle Tommy, unfortunately, is a victim of that at the moment. He's been having a hard time getting his SNAP benefits.
It's terrible, man.
Yeah. I mean, the guy's in his 80s. He's just trying to get to Safeway to get some noodles in his cupboard, And then we got 10 Barrel Brewing to host the 2025 Dirtbag Ball. This is presented in conjunction with the brewery's Low Price Pub and other nummy num-nums that they got going on. Elysian Brewing celebrates autumn with the return of pumpkin beers. So this is an uptick that we normally see this time of year. We see a lot of the pumpkin beers and the pumpkin spice beers. I always like it when they use actual pumpkin in the brew instead of just I've had a lot of different pumpkin beers, and I feel pumpkin spice is a little bit of a cop out, but I can always see where that can often be a little more cost effective if you're trying to do bigger batches and more off premise stuff. So it's I like it when they're able to do something creative with actual pumpkin pulp. What do you think, Dan?
Sure. That definitely makes a lot of sense if you're going to call it a pumpkin beer, to have some sort of pumpkin incorporated in the beer.
Yeah. That's all I'm asking. If you're going to call it a pumpkin beer, put some pumpkin in there. Not just pumpkin spice. you know.
Thank you for that.
I mean, what is in pumpkin spice? Is there actually even pumpkin in pumpkin spice?
I don't touch that stuff, so I don't know.
No.
I'm not a big on pumpkin.
You're not a
pumpkin.
You're not a Gordy guy.
I'm a Halloween guy, but not a pumpkin guy.
Okay. Okay.
It's kind of like complete different. So.
All right. Pure Project expands with its 2026 bottle club with Tavor. And then let's see, Kings and Daughters wins the 2025 Salmon Safe Fresh Hop Drinkers Choice competition, that's pretty cool. And then American Cider Association partners with Brock University recently, so that's pretty cool. That's the Cool Climate Oenology and Viticultures Institute at Brock University. That is a mouthful. And we actually have some cider stuff coming up, don't we, Josh?
We do. Our friend Brandon from Two Towns is going to be our guest in 2 or 3 weeks. What is it? What's the date? I forget. And he's a representative from Two Towns, so we're going to do some cider podcast. When was the last time you did a cider podcast before?
Gosh, I can't remember, but I think it was probably back in spring, early spring, I would say.
This year?
Yeah. If anything, and it would have probably been more of like a Ryan heavy episode. He was really our cider connoisseur.
Oh, very cool.
Yeah, he used to work at a cidery.
We're going to a brewery named Mad Cow Brewing.
That's right. Yeah, we love Mad Cow Brewing out there in Gresham.
Never been. So
they do great work. They used to run a brewery out of their garage, and then they moved into a brick and mortar where I don't think they brew there. I think maybe it's just the tap house. I've just only been in there to buy cookies on my lunch break. Because
you know the place, Dan?
I've heard of it. I've never been there, but yeah.
Right on. Well, we are
looking forward for that.
Yeah, we're going to be having them on in a couple of weeks. So check that out on our calendar at thebrewhappyshow.com. And you can just scroll down to the calendar widget and look at click on each Monday on the calendar, and it'll tell you, what guests we got going on. I try to update that as frequently as I can, at least once a week. So keep checking. Also, we got Machetes pop up, beginning residency at Gigantic Brewing in Hawthorne. I'm going to click on that one and figure out what in the world that means. So all I see is this.
Josh knows what that means.
Latino guy with a bunch of tattoos, and he looks very serious about his tap pouring there.
Dude, I went with Dan to Everywhere a couple of weeks ago, and Machete was there.
Who's Machete?
It's a dish. It's kind of like a long burrito. No, it's not a burrito.
It's like a quesadilla, but just really long and yeah.
It's really, you have to see it so you know what I'm talking about.
I'm in. You had me a quesadilla. I love Mexican food. I love all food.
Do you know what a machete actually is? Like the real.
I mean, I've used them to cut down blackberry
bushes.
bushes.
Well, it's pretty much the same thing, but in a tortilla-made thing, kind of like a small, thin, long quesadilla, like he described, with a bunch of meat, and just really freaking delicious.
Okay. Well, it's taking over the kitchen at Gigantic Brewing's Hawthorne location Thursday through Sunday this week, and it's looking like I'm gonna have to go there on Thursday and check that out, because I'm getting hungry just thinking about this. It's a 2-month-long kitchen residency that marks what may be the final few months of Gigantic's third location on Hawthorne, as the building is currently up for sale. So we're gonna actually give them a prost to Gigantic. We love Gigantic. They do great work, and we do know that Hawthorne location has been very popular. So it's always unfortunate when a building owner wants to kind of go against the grain on that kind of thing. I mean, why not just keep owning the building and keep collecting money? So
right,
it seems like a no-brainer to me.
The other answer for your question when you say so what is a machete? The other answer is Danny Trejo.
Oh yes, you gotta love Danny Trejo. This is actually this one is made by Chef Duo Diego Palacios and his wife McKenna, and they launched machetes in the summer of 2023, and the concept quickly caught fire for their signature dish, the machete, for which they take the name. So
Can't believe you never had one before.
I can't believe it either, but I'm sorely disappointed in myself, and I'm thinking I gotta. I mean, from just the picture, the guy is very serious about his work, and I gotta check that out. So
I'm gonna tell you, I have a few machetes in the past, and here in Portland, and I was not very impressed, not very happy. But I did not try his machetes, but just by looking at it, it already looked way better than everything I had before in my past.
Oh my goodness!
So I think I might be joining you on that trip.
All right.
Because I want to try his machetes.
All right, I'll let you know on Thursday when I head out. Probably be somewhere around 6-ish.
It's perfect.
Yeah. We have been celebrating our Great American Beer Festival winners, since the beginning of October, and so this week we're celebrating Von Ebert Ale Song Brewing and Two Towns Cider, or as we say here on the show, Two Towns, for their big wins, and bringing home all the medals. From GABF. Thanks for showing the rest of the country what the Pacific Northwest is made of, guys.
Woot woot.
Oh, yeah. And then I know we've talked about this before on the show already, but I'm really excited about Pelican Brewing opening their 5th location on Rockaway Beach. It's also part of the reason why I snagged a couple of cream ales. I'm pretty psyched about Pelican Brewing. Earlier this year, me and John the Kiwi, we headed out to the coast, and we collected beers at all 5 of the Pelican Brewing locations all in one day.
You're going to have to redo the whole thing again?
Yeah, we're going to. Well, technically, so the Rockaway Beach wasn't open. It was really just a bunch of construction materials
You
inside.
drank a beer there at the location?
But we brought our own beers, and we sat on their porch, and we drank Pelican beers. So technically, we had Pelican beers.
That technically sounds like cheating a little bit.
All of the Pelican locations. So we're gonna have to do it all over again, and maybe this time when they're actually open and they actually have service, and we can give those guys some money for their hard work and show our appreciation that way.
I'll join you on that one.
All right, that'd be great.
I was supposed to be on the first one, but I couldn't make it.
Well, I mean, we all got to work sometime.
Well,
I had to take the day off work.
That was before my Europe trip. So.
Yeah. I mean, you can only go on so many trips, Josh.
Exactly.
And that was worth it. So. I think that's it for the brew news. I don't think I have anything from the mail pail. Guys, thank you so much for tuning in to this show. Thank you for joining us at Function PDX here in Northeast. And Dan, thank you so much for being a guest on our show here at the Brew Happy Show. We really appreciate your knowledge and your experience and sharing your story with us.
Well, it was definitely fun to be here. Good hanging out with you guys, yeah.
Yeah. Can you tell us what the next beer is that you're eyeballing?
It's tough. Like, there's so many good styles. I mean, yeah.
Well, you have to have a local tap room that you like to go to. It's probably not always a Widmer tap room, right?
So, I've got to give props to Brian at Lombard House.
Yeah. Brian Koch, right on. Let's do a prost to Brian.
Prost to Brian.
Yeah, we love Brian. Good job.
Brian was a huge help in giving me tips on where to go in Paris.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
thank you, Brian.
He's a pretty knowledgeable guy, and they like their sports over there at that bar. But we can't do a show there because they're always closed on Mondays.
He's gonna accommodate us soon. I've been talking to him.
Oh, you hear that, beer fans? We're going to go to Lombard House. We're going to go to Lombard House.
Just us.
Yeah, that's right. All right. Well, beer fans, I think that is a show. And as always, I don't just like you. I love you, and I want to have a beer with you. Until next week, beer fans, keep brewing, but brew happy. Cheers. Right here at Function PDX. Thanks, guys. I gotta tell you, this is really, really good. I like
brought to you by Brew Happy Media, the ultimate brewers media resource. For more information, go to thebrewhappyshow.com and brewhappypodcast.com. Follow us on Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube at Brew Happy. For more cigar pairings, please check out our sponsor, paulcigars.net. Questions, concerns, advertising, or guest relations, please reach us at brewhappypdx@gmail.com. Remember, brew happy, drink responsibly. Cheers.